It's like a horror movie.
A little bit. Hey, welcome to So Awkward. It's me, Don.
And I'm Jester.
It's freezing in my car.
Yep.
But we just saw The Hobbit.
The Battle of Five Armies.
The Battle of Five Armies.
I think.
Yeah.
Long movie.
It was a long movie.
And it was basically just one huge battle.
Is that good or bad?
It was fun.
I really liked it.
More happened in this movie than the other two combined.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just watched the other two, and I thought watching them, nothing's happening.
Nothing really happens in any of the movies. There's a lot of characters. They all look alike.
I believe my glasses are fogging. Sorry, that's really annoying.
It's Minnesota. I thought story-wise, not much happened in this one.
No.
But action-wise, yeah, like you said, it was just non-stop action. Not a whole lot of hobbits.
Not at all.
This one probably had the least amount of hobbit.
Yep.
He really didn't do anything. But, I mean, you could say that about the books, too. I mean, there's we'll get into that. There's a lot of weird stuff that Peter Jackson, director, added in that wasn't in any of the books. But for the most part, story-wise, it was a pretty decent adaptation of the book. Regarding Bilbo.
I have no memory of the book.
I have a tiny memory of the book. I've read the Lord of the Rings novels over and over again. I'm an expert on those. The Hobbits, I'm not a huge fan of. It's a fine book, but I haven't reread that one many times. So I don't really remember how faithful this is, but it matches my memory. Except for all this stuff that Peter Jackson clearly added in, like the whole thing with the elves. Legolas was not in the book. Evangeline Lilly was not in the book. Galadriel's not in the book. Elrond was in the book, but not in this capacity. Like that whole battle with Saruman and Elrond and Gandalf and Galadriel against Sauron was ridiculous.
I thought that was awesome.
I thought that was terrible.
No, I loved it. In fact, while I was watching it, I thought this is probably going to be my favorite part.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was kind of insulting to Tolkien fans. That we're not gonna, I mean, that scene never happened and it couldn't happen.
I can't call myself a Tolkien fan.
That's fair.
I've read The Hobbit and The Fellowship, both of which I read for a 9th grade English class.
Peter Jackson can't help throwing stuff in. And that's fine. He's a master of excess. So I think when he's being excessive, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, the battle scenes just go on and on and on. But when they work, they work. Like the very last fight between Thorin and Azog.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
It was really good.
I thought the whole last half of the film was great. Not a whole lot of dragon.
No.
The dragon was in it for, what, 20 minutes?
I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I thought it would last a bit longer.
Me too. I was shocked.
Especially, do you remember the end of the last one is just Smaug?
Right.
I thought he would have a little bit more.
I thought he would have a lot more. But I don't really necessarily... The whole ending of the book itself is like 300 pages.
Yeah.
So when you stretch it out and pad it out, you lose sense of the pacing of the book. But for how little Smaug was in this movie, they really could have limited him to... They could have wrapped up the whole Smaug story in the second film.
Yeah, absolutely.
They could have wrapped up the whole Smaug story and everything in the first film.
Yeah.
I think if this trilogy had been one movie, it'd be my favorite movie of all time. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can't say my favorite movie of all time.
It'd be up there.
But I definitely think if it just would have been one film, it would have been so much better.
It would have been so much, because it would have gotten rid of the padding.
Right.
Gotten rid of all the excesses that they didn't need. Didn't need Legolas, although I liked him. I actually liked him in this movie.
This movie, he was really fun to watch.
He was.
His fight at the end was so much fun.
They always give Legolas something ridiculous to do.
Yeah.
And people complain about it. Like in one of the movies, he fights that elephant.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And this one, he's got one of those scenes where he does some crazy shit.
Right.
But it was fun. I liked it a lot. I didn't even mind the love story in this one. You know, with the Rick Springfield emo dwarf.
Yeah.
And the pretty elf. Like in the second movie where they introduced that love story, it was like, oh, there's a love story?
Right.
But this one, going in, I knew there'd be that love story. So maybe the fact that I knew that it was going to be dumb didn't bother me. I even actually enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was kind of sweet. And the way it ended, I won't spoil anything, but I thought it was well done.
It was.
I thought it was good.
It's really well done.
Yeah.
At one point, you got up and left.
I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
It's a long movie.
It's a long movie. You left during the weirdest part for me. It was Thorin, and he was standing on a gold floor.
Yes.
And it looked terrible. You missed the bad part. You maybe saw him at the end of it.
I saw him on the gold something, and I was like, okay. And he was talking to himself, and I knew that was going to be Thorin's redemption scene. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom now. I missed it.
I thought it was terrible. It's the only part of the movie I think I'm going to say I thought was terrible.
I missed it.
You missed it.
Well, because he was doing that thing, and I was like, oh, this is going to, I know what's going to, this is the thing where Thorin's going to be redeemed, and he's going to decide to join the battle.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to miss anything, and I'll come back for the battle. And when I came back from the bathroom, he was still talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
You needed that scene, but visually, I thought it looked so phony.
I can't comment. But I can say, as soon as you see the gold floor, go take care of your gold business. You know what I'm saying? The best thing I'll say about these Hobbit movies, and I guess this is the last one, and in the Lord of the Rings movies in general, the Tolkien films, which is now, there are now 6 of them, I like going to this world.
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
it's a great looking universe,
Absolutely.
Middle Earth. And I'm sad that if they're done.
Right.
I'm sad that they're done, but I'd be more sad if they weren't, like if they kept churning them out. Because they've done all the books. They've done all the good books. I mean, there's the Unfinished Tales.
Right.
There's the Silmarillion. There's the Something of Hurin. There's all these other terrible Tolkien books that I don't like. They're unreadable. Some people will disagree with that. So there's stuff Peter Jackson could do that he could throw Legolas into where he doesn't belong. And if he does, I will continue to see them because they're fun. But I think, this works as a finale, not just to the trilogy, but to the Peter Jackson's double trilogy. But as a Tolkien fan, there's a lot that I can nitpick about these movies, and there's a lot that I can say Peter Jackson got wrong. But also, I love the way it looks, and I like going to Middle Earth. And I think everybody should check out these movies, especially this one. If you're on the fence about the other ones, this one has a lot less talking.
A lot less talking.
A lot less traveling.
Yep.
It's just a long, really awesome battle.
Just go see it.
Yeah, just go see it. Let's turn on the heat in this car.
Yeah, right.
I don't even see my breath. What do you guys think?